This is a soulful month full of hope and healing, but first you need to face some difficult truths. Hello, I'm Kari Samuels, your intuitive counselor and happiness coach with your March forecast. And there's some intensity that's being carried over from last month. Now, February was definitely one of the most intense months of the year, if not the decade. And this is a time to integrate some of the lessons, the feelings, the emotions, so that you can move forward with integrity. You can move forward knowing who you are, who and what you value. And that's a lot of what this month is about, is reconnecting with your heart and your soul. We had that eclipse on February 17th, a new moon ring of fire eclipse in Aquarius that started the year of the fire horse. Eclipses are 2 weeks apart, and so this next eclipse is on March 3rd. The full moon, lunar eclipse in Virgo. So we start out with this eclipse portal. And during this eclipse season, the 2 weeks between eclipses, a lot comes up for you. Truths come up that have been revealed, that have been previously eclipsed from your consciousness, things that you weren't facing or that were unknown to you. And this is happening in the world as well. And in your personal life, there have been a lot of revelations. I would be very surprised if you are coming into this month without some kind of chapter closing or new beginning or some phase of your life that is the same. There's definitely been an abrupt change in plans, right? There's been new information revealed. There's things coming up all the time that will really be continuing this month, but especially during these first few days when we are in that eclipse season. And also because Mercury is retrograde in Pisces. We begin the month with all the personal planets in Pisces, the Sun, Mercury retrograde in Pisces, Venus, which is active all month, and then Mars goes into Pisces on the 2nd. Pisces is very soulful. It is the last sign of the zodiac. So there's a sense of wrapping things up. There's a sense of embodying all of the lessons, your karmic lessons that you've been experiencing. So there are more chapters closing, and there's going to be more information revealed to you because Mercury retrograde always brings up information from the past. It is connecting you with things that you hadn't seen before, with things that you overlooked, and especially in Pisces with your intuition. And what we tend to do as humans is we don't want to see things because we're busy or change is very hard. And Pisces especially, which is a very intuitive sign and very emotional, being all about water. Water is spirit and soul and emotions. There's times when we overlook our feelings or intuitive insights, red flags, things that we don't really want to recognize because it will mean change. It will mean that we have to acknowledge things. It will mean that there are consequences or that you want everything to go smoothly and then sometimes it doesn't. So Mercury retrograde in Pisces brings you some information that can help you face your truth, that can help you bring some things to light. Now, especially as this is connecting with the eclipses, we have a very fiery year with all of the planets moving from earth and water to fire and air. However, all of our Mercury retrogrades are in water because the mind needs to connect with the heart. With this action-oriented year, with this fire horse year where you're go, 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 this month is saying, I know you want to go. However, you have some preparation work to do. You need to really get in touch with what's true for you, what you value, who and what you love. And that's why Venus is very active this month. And that's why, and this year as well, because we have Venus retrograde in Scorpio and Libra, the relationship signs, later in the year. And now Venus is making a lot of contact with a lot of planets. So you're awakening to parts of your heart and your soul that have maybe been dormant, or maybe you tucked away some gifts of yours because you were afraid to share your light in a certain way or express your truth or who you are. But now it is time. So this Mercury retrograde in Pisces, of course, there are a lot of the usual suggestions that go along with that. And by the way, it's until the 20th. Mercury retrograde in Pisces tends to deal with water things. So the repair in your house, you may find leaks or things that are communication oriented that have to do with deeper feelings rather than simply tech issues. So there can be things and ways that you communicate or do or don't express yourself that need to be reevaluated right now. And on a physical level, again, check your plumbing, make sure there's no leaks. If there are, you want to deal with them. And whatever you do, do not leave water near your computer. Okay? Now, there's also going to be information leaks. I really sense, especially since there are these eclipses, and those are bringing up things that have been eclipsed from our consciousness, from the public. And we've seen this in the news where there's information coming out now that has been buried for a very long time. And most likely people will want to continue to bury information about a lot of things. This can happen in the world, or this can happen in your personal life where information is leaked. Maybe in your personal life, you want to be careful that if you are wanting to not share information with everyone, that you check who you're writing your emails and texts to. You want to double check, like, don't reply all. Make sure you're texting the right person, because those are the kinds of leaks that can happen now. And then there's also going to be information leaks. Now, that could be data breaches, that could be whistleblowers, that can manifest in a lot of ways, but that's how the Mercury retrograde will most likely manifest. Now, Pisces does embody all the lessons of the other signs because it is the last of the zodiac. And so with this eclipse that's going to happen on March 3rd, there's really a sense of having information come to light so that you can have realizations about your truth or things that you have not really been paying attention to, so that you can end a chapter and start a new one. So our eclipse on March 3rd in Virgo is a full moon lunar eclipse. Lunar eclipses are about endings. Solar eclipses are typically more about new beginnings. This one is definitely endings, and it's really ending this series of Virgo Pisces eclipses that we've had for the past 18 months. Now we're going to have another Pisces eclipse, but this is going to be our last one in Virgo for a while. And Virgo is all about the body, your health, integration, digestion. Are you digesting your feelings? Are you digesting the information that's coming to you? Are you digesting the truth? Are you integrating the lessons that have been coming your way? A lot of people talk about this eclipse being about perfection or overanalyzing. I'm a Virgo, and I find there's a lot more to Virgo than people talk about. I think it's a lot more than about analyzing or perfectionism. The Virgo archetype, the maiden, the goddess, the virgin, has nothing to do with virginity. It has to do with a woman who has integrity, who knows themselves, and who needs nobody else to define them. That is the archetype of Virgo. And so what this eclipse is going to bring up for you is ways that maybe you have not been living in integrity with the truth of who you are. That maybe you haven't digested some intuitive insights that you've had because they would require change, or they've been maybe a little bit scary to partake in changes. So this eclipse is going to help you live in integrity by facing the truth of who you are, what you will and will not take in the world. And so you can define yourself on your terms. You can have more autonomy, sovereignty, and really know who you are. There's another aspect of Virgo because it is a sign of service. Because if you're listening to this, you are most likely someone who tends to overgive or not have enough boundaries, perhaps because you genuinely want to help people. This will help you define the difference between service and servitude. Because to be in service means that you need to pay attention to your well-being, your health, your happiness, and from a place of wholeness and completion is how you can open your heart and help the world. So this eclipse on March 3rd is also helping you recognize the habits that you have about your well-being, about giving and receiving, about being truthful to yourself. So that is the archetype that will most likely show itself to you on that March 3rd eclipse, and everything in this eclipse season until that, and this Mercury retrograde. Now, Mercury is Virgo's ruling planet. How you communicate, how you perceive things, what you're thinking about. You want to bring mindfulness to your habits of how you think about yourself, how you think about the world around you. Are you looking at the world as always judging you? Are you always judging yourself? Pay attention to that, because those are the things that want to transform this month. And if anything happens during this Mercury retrograde until the 20th, because really the eclipse reverberations are going to be happening till the 20th as well. If anything is coming into your consciousness where really like the world is like not what you thought it was, or where someone acted in a way that was maybe shocking or surprising to you, recognize where you didn't listen to your intuition, because those are some of the lessons that are coming up now, especially with so much energy in Pisces. Now, Venus is going to be in Aries beginning the 7th or the 8th. And Venus in Aries, now Aries is ruled by Mars. The divine feminine is Venus, right? In the sign of Aries, there's a sense of the female warrior, the divine feminine, the spiritual warrior that's happening right now, where the parts of you that deserve respect and deserve to luxuriate and rest need to be aggressive. You need to aggressively guard your heart. And Aries is also about rage. And I think there's some rage in the collective right now, especially around women and how women have been treated or mistreated, or girls. And this is part of the archetype of the year, how we're redefining the divine feminine as to be empowered and embodied. And also rage and anger are nothing to be afraid of. They are motivating forces to help you change. Because often when you're angry, it's because your boundaries have been invaded in some way, or you have let people into boundaries that didn't belong there. And that's often when you get angry. And so I'm encouraging you to honor any anger that you have and let it motivate you to change your life, to change the world we live in. Anger is nothing to be afraid of. It is a force to be channeled. It is a message. And I think that's something we're all learning now as individuals and a collective as well. So I think you're getting the sense perhaps now that this is a month that is full of feeling and to have some spaciousness around. With Mercury retrograde especially, you always want to have space in your calendar, especially in this watery, emotional time. So let yourself daydream. Let yourself dream your new life into being, what you want for yourself and the future. Let your imagination go, because if you can dream it, you can create it. And we're going to have the sun, which is how you express yourself, your true essence, your light. The sun is meeting up with both Neptune in Aries for the first time in our lifetime on the 22nd, and then on the 25th is meeting up with Saturn, the one that builds structures. Neptune and Saturn. Neptune is dreams, Saturn builds your dreams. A 𝐬𝐨𝐵𝐵 meeting up with the sun, expression. This is a magical time, because what's going to happen is we have this eclipse energy until the 20th and the retrograde until the 20th, and then on the 20th is the equinox. That's a magical time. The veils are thinner, things are in balance, day and night, consciousness, unconscious, and then we have light returning. We have this incredible spring equinox where there's new life and new growth, and March 20th is what begins the zodiac wheel again. And then right after that, having Neptune and Saturn in a 𝐬𝐨𝐵𝐵 with the sun in Aries. Springtime, new life. It's a very different energy that starts right after that equinox. And even if you are in the southern hemisphere, this archetype, this energy pertains to you. This Aries energy of building new dreams. So you have this whole first part of the month where you're recalibrating what's in your heart and your soul and your spirit, and knowing your truth and knowing your worth. And then that equinox comes and it's the universe saying it's time to build your dreams. Venus is going to be meeting up with the North Node of Destiny this month as well. So this is a time to really know that you deserve more than you've been allowing yourself. Know that you deserve pleasure and joy and rest and recreation and prosperity and all good things, and you don't have to work too hard for it. You have to put in the work and you have to put in the actions, but this is not about exhausting yourself or giving away too much of yourself so that there's nothing in return. This is about you coming from a place of your heart overflowing with joy and emotion, and that is what you're sharing with the world. With that said, I have 3 action steps to help you navigate this incredible month. And your first action step is to make your well-being a priority. Put yourself first. What habits can you change to make your well-being a priority? What new structures can you implement into your daily life that give you more joy, more rest, more peace, more time for yourself every single day? And when you're making choices, are you asking yourself, is this good for me, or am I only doing this for other people? And so when you have a choice like that, respond in a way where you're doing things that feel good for you, not just because you think you should be doing them for others. So remember that. Make your well-being a priority. Which brings us to action step number 2, which is to feel without judgment. So if you do not feel like doing something, but your brain is telling you you should do this because that's the right thing to do, take some time to honor how you really feel. Are you doing something out of guilt? Are you doing something out of shame? Really honor how you feel. And when you make choices that are good for you, it's good for everyone. It's good for your loved ones. And there's another aspect to this. Remember, we were talking about anger. We've been taught that anger is bad. Anger is healthy if it's channeled toward progress and change. If you're recognizing it as something telling you that you're not having proper boundaries or your boundaries haven't been honored. Also, just how you think about anything. We tend to think like, oh, that's not spiritual of me to think like that, or that's not spiritual of me to feel that. Whatever it is, let's say you have envy or jealousy, let yourself explore that. Well, why? What is the quality that I'm looking to embody that I'm feeling envious of? And let that motivate you to embody that quality. Anytime you feel or think something and then you say to yourself, I shouldn't be thinking this or I shouldn't be feeling this, allow yourself to explore what that is for you. Let yourself feel your feelings, because when you repress your feelings, they only come out in unhealthy ways. So please allow yourself to be this unspiritual, unperfect part of you that has all the messy emotions of being human. And give yourself that breathing room and that space to be a human. Now, action step number 3 is to consciously close a chapter of your life. There's definitely something that has been coming up with all of these changes, all of these revelations, that is telling you that someone or something is no longer a proper energy match from you. It could even be like, okay, I don't want these newsletters anymore, or like, I don't want to wear these clothes anymore. I don't want these types of products. That could be something. Maybe it's bigger than that. Maybe it's something like friends in your life, or a friend group in your life, or a career, or people in your life that no longer feel aligned for you. This is a time to make conscious choices to let go of what is no longer benefiting you, and to take your precious time and life force to engage only with people and circumstances that support and nourish your well-being. So the more you do this consciously, the less the universe has to do this for you. It's going to be quite a month. Next month, April, we're going to have 7 planets in Aries. So I really suggest that you take this time that the universe is showing you to do these things, to get in touch with your feelings and what's true for you, because it's going to be another really fast and combustible month next month. So take this time now, take this soulful time in your heart, and really honor yourself and the time that you have. And I also have a free meditation that's going to help you heal your past with the help of the angels, so that you can clear away some of this energy and create a better future for yourself. So you can access that using the link below. It's absolutely free. I hope that you found this helpful. And again, make sure you're subscribed so that you are notified anytime I come out with a new video or forecast, and it helps also people find this as well. I love you so much, and I'm wishing you a joyful March and beyond. Lots of love. Bye for now.